A very good morning to all my subscribers, my viewers, the Obidient family. Thank you for joining me this morning. Now, let me start this video by congratulating the new president of Senegal, Bassirou Diomaye Faye, 44 years old. Hi. Few days ago, he's an opposition leader. Few days ago, he was actually in prison because the government tried to shut him down. But the voices of Senegalese were loud. They made noise until he won. The celebration is massive all over Senegal. And this is the youngest there is in Senegal, 44 years old. We know 44 years old for Nigeria. Some of them, they social media, they banter Peter Obi. But that's not the point. Nigerians have reacted very heavily after hearing this news. Now, let me make this point very clear. That his victory is tied to the resilience of the youth of Senegal. A lot of us will say, it's a small country. Yes. They protested day and night. They stood till they couldn't play around with the election again. They couldn't mess around with it. And Nigerians have remembered INEC, Bola Ahmed, TINUBU, and everywhere. They are cursing everybody. But is that the solution to the problem? No. I want to believe 2023 was an eye-opener to Nigerians, knowing that clearly this system cannot and will not ever support good governance because they are bent on making sure that Nigerians are in that state of misery, in that state of slavery, in that state of confusion, so that they can actually keep their lootery, keep the evil they are doing. Before I go further on this video, let me quickly play what the referee to me said, because I think that is that is a very good foundation to build on. Very good foundation to build on, because now all over the social media space, Nigerians are triggered. Nigerians are even the one pushing the victory of the Senegalese more than even the Senegal people. All over the social media, Nigerians are talking about it. Let us listen to the referee to me, and when I come back, we'll continue.
A halt. My own singular interest is in making sure that the mass of the people do not turn against themselves, believing that they are their own. No, the real enemies are sat in government offices. The average Nigerian needs to wise up to the fact that they are merely distracting us when they start pointing at religion and ethnicity. Have you noticed that each and every one of those who have gone to the National Assembly, whether they went as Labour Party members or PDP or PUPUPU or APC, they've become one. So the ruling class is one. They have managed to make sure that there is this level of ideological syncretism that has ensured that they've become one. Regardless of their differences, they are one in making sure that the Nigerian is emasculated. When it comes to regulating the social media, you'll find that they will unite behind the agenda. Everything that is anti-people, they always unite against it because they have common interest. It is the common man that needs to find his own common interest and common grounds behind which to rally. Our reality is that we have been effectively enslaved by a ruling class that has no sympathy or empathy for the Nigerian. They are not touched by our afflictions. It's almost like they actually take pleasure from our suffering. Think about it. How do you explain that Hajj, that should be your private obligation as a Muslim, has become a burden on the public purse, and you can pay subsidy on Hajj for a select few, but education is no longer available to the poor? It's about enlightened selfish interest. The Nigerian, who is the victim, has to decide what is in his own enlightened selfish interest and stop listening to the ruiners to tell him who his enemies are.
Now you've had it right very clearly. Very, very clear. a lot of us have seen this thing very clearly, why a lot of people have not. Peter Obi has started doing his due diligence to make sure that he reaches those places that before were believed to be a challenge for him. He is going everywhere, doing good, making sure that the life of northerners are being improved, doing the job that their representatives in the House of Reps and other places or National Assembly did not do and are not willing to do, because all they want to do there is to steal. And you can hear Dele Faru to me very clearly. Those people are united in one purpose, and that is criminality. Because it doesn't matter whether you are Labour Party, PDP, once you get to that house, you can see that is why we were talking about Labour Party lawmakers. You can see him making it very clear. And he says this thing is just the pure truth. Now the question is, because trust me, we need to start actually, before I show you what the reaction of Nigerians to this thing and how that Nigerians have started saying, okay, look, we have to now take this revolution to the streets. We cannot stay on Twitter and believe that it's going to work for us 2027. We have to be dogged, like how Senegal have led the way. We should be able to say no to any form of mess up. That's what Nigerians, and I'm going to be reading the tweets for you because you need to hear after showing you some of the reactions that are coming in from Senegal and all that. But the question now is, what's the way forward for real? For you that is actually listening to me, you that is a viewer, you that is my subscriber, you that is obedient. First of all, we need you to actually drop your comment in the comment section. But in my opinion, Peter Obi has to deal with one thing, which is very, very important. And the truth is that Peter Obi might not be able to deal with this thing alone. It is good to campaign. Peter Obi clearly won the election. Clearly. But the biggest criminal structure that we are dealing with right now is INEC, MAHMOOD Yakubu, Okoye, and the rest of them. The judiciary. How do we conquer these people if Peter Obi is really going to come out in 2027? And what is the way forward? Let me show you the reactions of Nigerians. Let me show you some of the tweets of, let me show you some of the videos that are actually, emanating from Senegal, the celebration of the Senegalese and all that. And then we'll come back and then we can actually deliberate fully on this matter. Watch this. Now, this is the massive celebration going on in Senegal as at the early hours of this morning. Trust me, when the people's will is upheld, you could see the joy. You could see everywhere. The rank everywhere does scatter. Let me put it that way. And you could see the expression of satisfaction, of joy, because the will of the people is upheld. And that is how it was supposed to be in Nigeria. That's why I told you, I said, Bola Ahmed, this is an evidence that Bola Ahmed TINUBU did not win. Everywhere was dead. There was dead silence. There was mourning on that day. And nobody celebrated anything. That is to show you. But if the will of the people it holds, you could see the joy. And this has triggered Nigerian youth to say, okay, 2027, we should not just be on Twitter, we should be on the streets. Now, let's start with Big Joe of Africa. He said, I fully concur with His Excellency Peter Obi. What happened in Nigeria in 2023 cannot and will not repeat itself in 2027. Senegalese youth turned the nation upside down for this dream that will be a reality. Nigerians will do exactly the same in 2027. Now, then comes the challenge from Lawrence Okoro. He said 44 years old Bashiru Diomaye Faye has won the presidential election in Senegal. The youths made this happen by protesting day and night to ensure a free, fair, and credible election was delivered. But in Nigeria, we are waiting for a billionaire to lead a protest for us. Now, Happiness went further to say, we are here asking for Peter Obi at least, but a deity said it's his own turn. It will never be well with TINUBU and everyone who participated in handing over our sweat and blood to him in exchange for money. They will never have peace, both on earth and beyond. Now let us go to our mommy Obi Ezekwesili said, lessons from Senegal. It is the people and not their politicians that own democracy, politics, government and governance. When a people have finally had enough and make a determination to change their condition, no power of hell nor scheme of their politicians can prevail. The people of Senegal have shown the rest of our continent the way. We thank them. Now, moving ahead to Mohamed Lamy, the election in Senegal can teach us three things. One, it's normal to sacrifice for others to take the lead. Two, you get what you intend for others. Three, young people are unstoppable force when they are united. And finally, before we conclude, I'm going to read Omotayo Williams. He said, in Senegal, the former president's son was a strong contender in the presidential election. He was disqualified for having dual citizenship. Not too much talk. Agbado Nation, Alhaji TINUBU has dual citizenship, but you supported him over Nigeria. We can't continue supporting illegality and expect progress. Now, let's get back to the video and then we'll wrap this up. Now, you've seen it, right? What is the way forward? What is the way forward? That's the question. My opinion might not be the best. Your opinion out there that is actually seeing this video might be the best, so do not hide it. Bring it out. Because Peter Obi going around actually doing this is perfect. But the major thing is how that these people have captured the system. And the story of Senegal is now actually, making a lot of creating a lot of reaction in Nigeria here, where the youth, the people of Senegal said, no, it doesn't matter whether you carry our leader and put in the prison. We will not agree to any form of impunity or criminality. Senegal is a smaller country. Yes. Nigeria is huge. But what is the way forward? A lot of us will say, let them divide the country. We know these people are not willing to do that. We know that they will never, because they are reaping from every angle. And let me tell you something, you that is calling for the divide down here, they that are there, they are united in one purpose, like Dele Faro to me said. The Yoruba man does not see the Igbo man as a threat. That is why Imo State governor will be doing something and he will invite TINUBU, and TINUBU will appreciate him. He will say hope. He will love on him. Soludo will do something and invite TINUBU, TINUBU will come. Invite Atiku, Atiku will come. Loving up on each other. No, up there. And so they that are even from the east, the leaders will be the ones fighting against the division, because they know what they are standing to gain. They know what they drag out. So they will be one of they will fight against the division. It's just like how Nnamdi Kanu is in DSS custody now, going to court and all that. And even when he was supposed to be granted bail, they rejected it. It is because there are people from the southeast that are fighting it. So the same people from the southeast will be the ones to fight against the division, because they are united in one purpose. Up there are no tribalisms, there are no ethnicity, there are no religions. There are people that are united in messing up Nigerians. So what is the way forward? We've been clamoring for divide. Nobody is willing to divide anything. And there's no division coming anytime soon, trust me. So let us call a spade a spade. Until when we say enough is enough, we look at Nigeria as very huge, and because of that we can't achieve that. Is a lie. We can actually achieve anything we set our mind to do. Come 2027, we must now start strategizing towards that period. There is still time, but there is no time at the same time. It's time for us, obedience and well-meaning Nigerians, to start strategizing, getting our plans down the way they are already cooking their own at the top. Because right now, as me and you they talk, they put card-carrying members as, what do they call them now? Electoral commissioners in states of the APC. They are already putting them in strategic points to be able to rig, to be able to mess the whole thing up. And that is why you see card carrying members. Dele Faru to me said that, and I'm going to be working on that in my next video. I have to drag this video for a bit so that we can actually understand, because they have started strategizing the criminality for coming 2027. They want, in fact, that was why Wike could boast and say coming 2027 there will be no opposition, because they have it all figured out at the level of criminality. So what do we do? How do we strategize? What is the way forward? I'm going to allow you to drop your comments in the comment section, because it is a serious matter and we really love to hear from you. And then subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Turn on the notification bell so that whenever I drop a video, you'll be the first to be notified. I'm obedient and I'm useful. I hope you are. Fingers crossed. Let's keep holding them responsible and see how it pans out. God bless you. I'll see you next time.